It's week 3 of the National Football League, where we'll see a brawl and
2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at the veteran who will be leading them, now in his 8th year in the NFL.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
He'll get this complete to the rookie from Washington. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down. Now a give, right side. Mosley calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Here's 2nd and 8. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. So out comes the offense now with a long field ahead of them. And a look here at the veteran under center, their 7th-year quarterback.
And I saw that he had an interesting quote in the research packet that we had after last week's game. It's all on me now. I've got to lead my team and find a way for us to win a game. 0-2, but they're at home. I guess he's going to try and find a way to get the home crowd involved early.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. From the gun, it's Thompson. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game, and they hit that one there for big yardage.
So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. In motion is Anderson. He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
Delay of game, offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Still 2nd down.
Off the play fake, it's Thompson. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Williams. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Thompson going play action here. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Now Thompson.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down.
Thompson now. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there.
And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much. And it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Yeah, that's a good start to drive number 2. Remember, they had to punt the first time they had it. So maybe a little bit different sense of purpose here. And they start out with a nice gain and a quick first down.
So the completion good for 7 there. And it's second down. He'll look to throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. Just a gain of a couple there. And it makes it third down and 2 yards to go.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On third down.
Mosley.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. They'll send the tight end in motion.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Here's Bryce Behringer now.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive.
Winless to start the year at 0-2, and now they get the Thursday night game here in Week 3. So, I don't know, does the fact that they're back out so quickly, Charles, help or hurt their cause?
Oh, I say unequivocally help, because you always wanted the Thursday game earlier in the schedule rather.
Looking right side, and it's intercepted.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
So a pick 6 on the first play of the drive, and Charles, we have our first points of the game, making it 6-0.
And while it's only 6 points in the first quarter, it certainly takes a lot of pressure off of them, doesn't it? They're in the lead, they have control. Now they just want to settle in and play their game and defend that advantage.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's our home team with possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Thompson going to throw it. He's got room at the 30 and down to the 28-yard line. That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll be second in a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 28-yard line.
Here's Thompson. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey, and this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. Off play action, Thompson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. They'll look to throw here. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. And that is incomplete. Here's Bryce Behringer on now to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Now it's Thompson. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A pickup of 11, and it moves the chains.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
Here's the Pro Bowler, Christian McCaffrey.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Here's Thompson.
For Marshall, that's complete. 7 yards there and a 1st down. On the ground, it's Thomas. Stays on his feet. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Now a 2nd and 6.
Now Thompson. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And now it's 3rd and 4. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. In motion goes the tight end.
Delay of game, offense.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Still first down.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Here we go.
Thompson.
Touchdown! CeeDee Lamb. His second touchdown on the season. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open in the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like, because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge, because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
First target, first catch, and a first down. They're going to look to throw.
There's Hall bringing in another one.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And he'll find Hall. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Here's 2nd and 3.
They'll look to throw again. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. There's a nice move. Oh, he sheds himself free. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw.
Short throw there, caught by Thomas.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
2nd down and a yard.
Back to throw again. And this is caught at the 8. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. 2nd and 3.
Toward the pylon, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense, because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Now this one thrown away. Will we see a flag? No. I'll say there was a receiver nearby. Pretty generous call, but either way, it's 4th down. Sly able to put this one through. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll start in the early window and begin up in Minneapolis. A tough one for the homestanding Vikings, as that promises to be a tight one. Lots to look forward to in the late games as well. One of the best being up in Seattle, where we find the Seahawks taking on what should be a very tough opponent. And then lastly, on Sunday Night Football, those fans will be riled up as it'll be a good matchup between their guys and the Atlanta Falcons. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This is a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest. And this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
16 yards, a first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Looking to throw, Thompson.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Second down and 10.
Thompson looking to throw.
And his throw is incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it, and that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd down.
Mosley.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know, the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They'll set up a throw.
No, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
The 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
So this whole game gets flipped on its ear right there. The interception, return for a touchdown, and this lead changes hands here in the 3rd quarter.
And it certainly felt like this defense had a read on what was going on the offensive side of the ball and said, let's cut down our coverage a little bit. Let's be in a position to make a play on the ball. And, boy, that sure turned out well for them.
Blunts to try to add the PAT. And that makes it 14-10. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
2nd and 4. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. Back to throw here. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. They'll set up to throw.
To the right side and intercepted. Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Lutz will look to add the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. He'll look left to throw. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. On first down, Mosley. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 18 yards, a big pickup there on 3rd down. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports, as we are just about set to go here in quarter number 4. Back to throw now on 1st down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's going the other way. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Hey, we can preach ball security all we want here, but how about that effort on defense? Excellent job inside the red zone. Just took away at least 3 points by forcing that fumble.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they sit in a good spot, having the ball back after the fumble recovery and up 2 scores in the 4th quarter.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. You can really tell right now both sides have amped up the aggressiveness. That time the offense winning the aggression battle.
And the defense was obviously aiming for the football, maybe a little bit more so than the runner himself, and that's why he was able to break through and get the gain that he did.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a 1st.
Now an option play, and he'll keep it.
And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. How about Jonathan Allen there pushing upfield to make the stop behind the line? So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14.
Now they turn to Thompson to throw it.
It's caught on the right side. Williams. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring up a 3rd down.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Now Thompson. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
And on now is the punter, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at about the 14. It'll be a 41-yard punt. Give them 5 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through some of the mistakes. It's darn near impossible to win in this league when you're turning the ball over at the frequency that they have. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a two-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. Back to throw. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down and a 21-yard gain.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Looking to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. Thompson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Here's Thompson. Got his man. It's Williams. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be second down. In motion, the tight end. Now Thompson. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up second down. They're going to look to throw. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. They come up now on 2nd and 2. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that's off the mark, incomplete. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Back to throw again. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Again, he'll drop to throw.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll look to throw again. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. And they will take a knee here. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And they'll indeed take a knee. And you know they enjoyed taking that knee because they're now going to be 1-2 instead of 0-3. And psychologically, that's a big difference early in the season.
It certainly is. It's a big barrier breaker because you get to 0-3, you're not thinking playoffs. At 1-2, you still believe that you're going to be a playoff team.
Yeah, you feel you got some hope on your side. 0-3, things start to look pretty bleak.
Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So for the home team here, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they will fall to a similar mark at 1-2. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.